Why is the president, why did he borrow $1.7 billion from the World Bank? Why, as the Senate, approved $21 billion so far, and with many others coming for consideration? Many others are still coming for consideration.
Mind you,
and this government is one of the most reckless governments in the history of this country.
How do you mean?
The president who said he wanted to come and curb wastages bought a yacht. That yacht that the president bought has never been to the perimeter, territorial area of Nigeria. It's between Monaco and Paris. And what do we need a yacht for? In a time of austerity, in a time of pervasive hunger like this? The president also, within few months in office, bought a presidential jet that cost Nigeria billions.
No, he said it was a gift.
I am telling you that it was purchased. Gift by who? Gifts are to be declared. Gifts are to be declared. A president who gets a gift, why was Tom David West removed from office? It was because he got a gift of a gold wristwatch that was not declared. If you have a gift, declare who gave it to you. And they called it a gift because the money used in the purchase of that aircraft was not appropriated by the National Assembly. That is why it was tagged a gift. Then again, since Tafawa Balewa, Azikiwe, up down to Buhari, every president and prime minister in this country used Mercedes-Benz S-Class as their official vehicle. The president is using a bomb jammer Mercedes-Benz, the same type that Trump is using in America. And you say you want to curb wastages?
But you know, you're not different. Hold on, Dino.
If you allow me land,
hold on.
I don't want my thoughts distorted on this particular line.
Okay.
And again, the same president, in the 8th Senate, the budget of the National Assembly was 150 billion. From 150 billion, today the president have increased the budget of the National Assembly to over 370 billion in order to make them a parastatal or department of the villa. So a president who said he was coming to curb wastages, who said he was coming to renew hope. I can catalog all this. Bought a yacht, bought a Cadillac, bought an aircraft, increased the money of the National Assembly, and I've borrowed like no other president in history. If you are making more money, then why are you borrowing?
Well,
to the extent that the Speaker of the House of Representatives today,
I read it. He was
is also concerned, despite he's a member of the APC.
I read that he was talking about
and
how
we will not be surprised if the president starts borrowing from OPE and money points very soon.
Well, Senator Dino, if you say the president was buying cars, some people will question you too, because I mean, it's all over the viral.
I am not buying cars with government money. And I did not buy any of those cars when in office. And I've never been in a position where I control government money or interest. I've never been in the executive arm of government where I have control or I have budget or I have interest. And I've never done government contracts, whether at federal or state level. I'm saying this boldly. I've never been invited by EFCC or ICPC or any government security agency for corruption or for mismanagement or whatever. So what I'm saying in essence, in order not to trivialize the issues, is that we cannot continue like this as a nation. As I speak to you, one of the fundamental errors we have committed as a people is that this government particularly is insensitive. We voted for a government that does not care for the people, that is not concerned about the people. Go out there and see the magnitude of killings going on. Go out there and see people dying of malnutrition. Go there and see poor people paying ransom for family members being kidnapped on a daily basis. Go out there and see what the economy is doing to the people.
Let me come in here.
And all this money is borrowed, my brother. All this money is borrowed. No roads, no food, no housing. No housing. Agriculture, there's a decline. So, transportation, babu.
You talked about...
So, what is this money we are borrowing? What are we doing with it?
You talked about insecurity. There's a talk. I mean, I had the DDG National Elders Forum here who said they presented they took 9 months to present a long, short, medium-term document on security issues, asking the president to declare the nation a national emergency on security. One of the things we discussed is that some people may be using the insecurity to fight the government. What do you make of that? Politics, playing politics with insecurity.
The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. We didn't vote him to make excuses like you are trying to make for him now.
I'm not making excuses for him.
We voted him to prove capacity. He was voted to protect Nigeria and Nigerians. And anything short of that is incapacitation. Anything short of that is wearing a shoe that is bigger than his legs. Anything short of that is proving that Nigeria is not Lagos. We are definitely in a precarious situation in the country. We have not seen anything like this before. The president committed a monumental error on his first day in Eagle Square, where he took his oath of office. Before even getting to the office to ask questions, he removed subsidy. And that is the reason we are where we are today. He did the right thing in the wrong way. He did the right thing, but in the wrong way.
What would have been the right way?
The right way would have been, what Tinubu did is likened to a surgeon who performed a very successful operation. Very successful operation, but the patient died. He had a very successful operation, but the patient died.
If he was successful...
So what I'm saying in essence is that removal of subsidy is the right thing to do. But when? How? Matters. He removed subsidy without planning. And when you are going to organize a surgery on any patient, one, you prepare the patient. Two, there are precautionary measures that you must put in place. At times, you even have to ask the patient to take water. At times, you need to say, okay, eat. At times, you need to say, okay, let's place you on some medications. At times, you say, okay, let us sedate the patient. Then there's also room for recovery immediately after surgery. But to just take a patient to the surgery room, butcher this patient, and at the end of the day, the patient will not survive. That is exactly what Tinubu did. There was no planning. There was no succor. There were no buffers. No ameliorative measures. He is even yet to get to office. He has not even gotten to office to even see what inside the office of the president looks like. Or take brief on subsidy directly from those who know. Without, just unceremoniously. Even before you get to your office, you commit that kind of chaos. And that is what created the chaos we are facing today. And today, Nigerians are not only unhappy, but I can tell you, I'm a grassroots person, that there is massive hunger in the land.
The president just said the other day that from January to August 2025, total collections reached, that the administration has achieved their revenue target. That's something to smile about. I mean, it says from January to, I'm coming, let me land. From January to August 2025, total collections reached 20.59 trillion naira, a 40.5% increase from 14.6 trillion recorded in 2024.
If that statistic is correct, why is the president borrowing 1.7 billion from World Bank?
He also said that they have stopped borrowing.
Maybe that is not correct. Sitting here, using your celestial mind, your holy mind, you know what you are feeling. As a result of the kiosk created on the 29th of May, 2023. That kiosk doing the right thing in the wrong way, suffering from verbal diarrhea, and declaring the removal of subsidy without thinking, without rationalizing, without buffers, is the reason we are where we are today.